Today we're gonna make a lemon raspberry bread pudding with a beautiful lemon brandy sauce. It is rich and creamy and like perfectly dense and tender and moist. And it's like studded with raspberries throughout and like perfectly held together by the custard that is flavored with lemon. And we use brioche, so it's like super rich and buttery. And then it's topped with a crunchy topping. And then a lemon brandy sauce just pulls it all together. It's like an epic dessert, super easy to pull together or make ahead. Oh, yes. If you're enjoying this video, be sure to hit the subscribe button below and click the bell icon to be notified every time I post a new and delicious recipe. Let's get into it. It looks like a lot, but I promise it's not that much stuff. It's gonna be easy. So, first thing we're gonna do, I already cubed my bread. We're using day-old brioche bread. It's one loaf, one standard size loaf that I chopped up and I divided between our main thing and then the secret topping, which is my secret sauce. So, sugar, and then we are gonna zest 2 very large lemons, or like 3.5 small ones, into our sugar, and this is really going to flavor the bread pudding because, as one might imagine, if you put lemon juice with your cream mixture, it will curdle. Yes. Did I try that? I did. It wasn't cute. So here we are. We're flavoring the actual pudding with lemon zest. Make sure that you only get that bright, beautiful yellow part on the outside and none of the bitter pith underneath. One perfectly zested giant lemon. And then we're going to do this partial here. All right. Now, all of our lemons have been zested and we're just going to go ahead and kind of massage that into our sugar. So just really this is releasing the oils that are in the lemon zest, which is kind of what that flavor is, that little floral, that kind of lemon flavor. So the sugar is going to help pull those oils out and it's going to give you a more intense flavor of lemon, especially once you add all the things. Okay. Now, first task done. Second thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start making our base. This is just, a basic, very simple baked custard. That's what bread pudding is, in case you were wondering, for you nerds out there. And we're going to go ahead and whisk these eggs. You can do this all in like a large container, an immersion blend. You can do it in a blender, but then you have to clean your blender. And like, I'm not about that life, so this is what I do. Okay, lovely. Go ahead and add your sugar. It doesn't really matter what you add next, just, which means a lot coming from me. And then just a little bit of kosher salt. Give that a nice little whisk. I can smell that lemon already. Smells good. Now I've got milk here. I'm just adding it slowly so that I don't have to like slosh everywhere because that's a lot. And then we're going to add our cream. It's the good stuff. Now you can use a mixture of half and half and cream if you'd like, but like if you have half and half on hand, don't be dissuaded by all of the little like yellow pieces that look like egg. This lemon zest, stress not. Because I just had like a little momentary panic attack and I'm sure you did too. All right, now it's done. That is mixed and ready. Now it doesn't matter if you put these in there, this in there, it doesn't matter. Just combine. Now brioche is a very soft bread, very enriched, really lovely. Do I want to get my hands all dirty? No, I don't. Spoon. Okay. So you could use challah bread, you could use any sort of, kind of sweeter, enriched bread. I mean, you could use any bread, but I really love a good brioche or challah. All right, so you're just gonna go ahead and let that kind of sit. We can pour it into our dish while it sits, just very carefully, away from us, so as not to, you know. Just go ahead and spread that out. This bread I had like in the freezer, and so it's going to take a minute to kind of absorb all of this custard. And then we are going to put our raspberries in there. You could use more or less, whatever you want. That's what you should use. Just like want them studded throughout. Okay, so we're just going to let that kind of soak in. And then, while we do that, we are going to make our topping. Say what now? Yes, the secret to the most amazing bread pudding in your whole life, that you ever eat, is a crunchy, sugared topping. Don't skip it. It's upsetting. Okay, this one is lemon. So we've got a little bit of our reserved bread. We've got sugar, lemon juice. You can put more zest in here if you want. And butter. Yes. Did I not mention it was a buttered sugar topping? Yeah, I know. So go ahead and just toss those together. And then we are going to stud the top of our custard before we bake it. You can break some of those up if you want so that they kind of coat a little bit better. Totally up to you. Yes. All right, so we are ready to put our crispy topping on top. You can go ahead and do this with your hands, whatever you want to do. Just gonna kind of spread it out really nicely. Just so everybody, there's no one's not gonna get a crispy topping. Even though I am that person that would totally steal everyone else's. So like, ooh, look, there's a crispy bit. And then I like to kind of just like press them in just a little bit. Like you don't want them kind of just perched on top. You want them to be part of, but also a part. So now we have our red bread pudding. It is ready to go in the oven. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees convection, or 350 plain is fine too. And we're gonna pop this in, and this is probably gonna bake, kind of close to an hour, but we'll keep an eye on it. You want it to kind of brown on top. You want the pudding to feel set, kind of like Jell-O when you push on it. So that's how you know your custard is fully baked. I'll show you. But I'm going to check I'm going to start in 15 minutes. And she's out. Baked about 30 minutes, a little bit over until, you could press on it and it kind of, gives a little bit but still springs back. And the top is nice and golden brown. And we're just going to let her cool. At least 30 minutes. Like you can serve this hot or warm or cold. It really doesn't matter. But you want to let it cool about 30 minutes so that the custard can set. And it's not going to be like loosey-goosey or weird. So, I'll let her chillax here. And then, in the meantime, we are going to make the brandy sauce. We are going to cook it. So I've got confectioner sugar, granulated sugar, lemon juice, and brandy. You could use water if you want, or just use all lemon juice, honestly. Go ahead and give that a little stir. And then we're going to heat this up. We can boil it, but you don't want to cook it too long, or the lemon juice will kind of change flavors. When you cook it, it kind of gets a little weird sometimes. So just be careful. Oh, you see it's come to a boil. Sugar is completely dissolved. And you can use it now or you can reduce it down. But that's pretty much it. So super simple. It's time to try. I'm so excited. All right, here we are. Now you can pour this sauce over the whole thing and kind of soak it, or you can pour it on afterwards as more of a plating sauce. Totally up to you. But that, let's just go ahead and like dig in. Make sure I get a crunchy bit. Yes. Do like a little bit of sauce. All right, I'm gonna dig in. I've got this nice like corner piece right here. It's gonna be like so soft, and I've got this crunchy top part, which is gonna make for maybe a large bite, but you don't mind. Mmm, yum. It's creamy and it's rich from the bread that we use. Perfect amount of lemon and like a hint of raspberry, and like the brioche makes it kind of like buttery almost, but it's not buttery. That crunchy topping is just, oh, a little sugar, a little lemon, crunch, it's perfection.